and Nadala. And right after that, just a quick review on the uh, neuroanatomy, histology slides, actual slides, o related to neuroanatomy. So, cerebellum, cerebellum, the neurons, kung ganun. So, let's review. Kasi pwedeng matanong to sa examination. Let's wait for the others. Let's wait for 6 more. Let's start at 9:05. Let us now start. Is the prayer reader for today.
Good morning po, ako po.
Good morning.
Okay, let us pray in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. As we gather today for our today's class, we place everything in your hands, Lord. As we move into our discussion, bless us with wisdom and understanding. Guide our professor as they teach us, and open our minds to fully understand the lesson. Bless us, or bless our efforts today as we prepare for our upcoming exam. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you for the very nice prayer, Ms. Hernandez. And good morning, everyone. So, kamusta kayo? We're nearly the end of the semester. In the academic year. And next week is already your 6th long examination or the 3rd long examination for the semester subjects. And in the schedule, we have your review week, No? Yung OSCE nakalagay doon, yung pansinin mo, hindi pa sa inyo applicable. No? Practical examinations, wala na schedule ang course coordinators during the week. So it is just a review week. So you utilize it time to review for the final examination. And then after which, no, the removal examination. Hopefully, no, do your best. No, this is your uh, chance to redeem yourself na makapasa in the subject, especially those who are struggling. And just a quick reminder regarding the payment of your tuition fee. No, as per the tuition fee scheme that is approved by Sister President, na for those who opted installment basis, for those monthly based, the deadline is until May 8, Friday. No, for those long exam based, I think that's May 22. So once paid on the following dates, expected na you have fully settled your tuition fee. Okay, so you won't be having any concerns later on when you are viewing your grades. Okay, so let's just now start. So for this, like for more this morning, 2 lectures discuss ko. One is brainstem, the Ponce Medalla lecture as per the schedule. And next would be just a review on the histological slides is available in our laboratory, no, which is part of your practical examination. So yung actual slides in review natin. Madali lang naman siya. Okay, so okay. Let me share my screen. Ayan. Kita naman yung white screen. Okay, thank you. So for this morning, I'll be discussing your brainstem, particularly the pons and the medulla. Remember your pons, no? If you are to dissect, if you listen to the dissection, no, it is located inferiorly to the part, which is a part of the brain, no? That is anterior to the fourth ventricle, itong pons, no, and anterior to the cerebellum. Also, we have your medulla oblongata, no, which functions, of course, with your respiration. And the medulla oblongata, which is inferior to the pons. Very important structure are the pons and medulla. It's because your sensory and motor pathways passes through these particular structures. So anatomically, so we start with the pons. No? Let's view this particular diagrammatic illustration first. No? Or if you have reviewed a lecture of Dr. De Guzman, that you have your ventricles of the brain. So these are your spaces wherein there's a flow of your cerebrospinal fluid that is produced by your corrent plexus that circulates in the spaces and eventually reabsorbed by your arachnoid or Pacchionian granulations. Arachnoid or Pacchionia are just synonyms with each other. So it produces the corrent plexus, it goes to the foramen of Monro, in your third ventricle, the space, and go to the cerebral aqueduct or the aqueduct of Sylvius. It goes to the fourth ventricle, no, and goes to the foramen of Magendie, foramen of Luschka. Foramen of Magendie is on the one, it's located medially, kaya Magendie, medial, starts with the letter M. Luschka and lateral. So there are two holes for the foramina of Luschka. So kaya they're located laterally, kaya L. So may dalawa sila. Okay, so it goes towards, no, eventually it absorb to your arachnoid granulations. So we have your third ventricle, your fourth ventricle, and this fourth ventricle is sandwiched, this space is sandwiched between your cerebellum and your pons. So if we were to describe the location of your pons, it forms the floor of the rostral part of the fourth ventricle. No? When talk about the rostral part, it is going nasally, papunta sa ilong. It is anterior to that part, to that structure. So meaning that your pons is anterior to the fourth ventricular space. So it is a marked prominence that lies anterior to the cerebellum and is between the midbrain and your medulla. So approximately, it is about 1 inch or 2.54 centimeters long, and it owes its name to the appearance presented on the anterior surface, and which is that of a bridge connecting the right and the left cerebellar hemispheres. So your left and right cerebellar hemispheres, and it contains the nucleus of the what? The trigeminal, the abducens, the facial, and your vestibulocochlear nerves. So by this time, I'm expecting, all students must have been familiar with the corresponding names of the cranial nerve. Kasi in examinations or assessments, we may be giving you names of the cranial nerves or its corresponding number. So dapat pag nakita nyo sa choice, cranial nerve 8, you should know that it is vestibulocochlear nerve. Trigeminal nerve, no? You should know by heart that it is cranial nerve 5. Okay, so by this time as well, you should know which are the ones that are sensory, motor, and mixed. Pag mixed nerve, those are both sensory and your motor. Kasi tapos na kasi cranial nerve. So dapat by this time, alam niyo na kung sino yung ang inyong motor, sensory, or mixed nerve. Okay, kasi that's the basic part of learning neuroanatomy, especially in the cranial nerves and going to the midbrain, pons, and medulla structures na dapat alam nyo. Now, remember that on the consolidation lecture of the Dean, it was mentioned the location of cranial nerves. So kapag it's located at the cerebrum, it is cranial nerve 1, 2. Your 1 is your what is the cranial nerve 1? What is cranial nerve 1?
Olfactory nerve.
Okay, olfactory. And your cranial nerve 2 is your
Optic.
optic nerve. Okay? So, these structures are located in the cerebral area. So, diba, we dissected, we exposed the optic nerve and the olfactory nerve. No, di na nakita na yung olfactory bulb kasi naputol. So, no? So, yan. So, next, if you're going to the midbrain, you have 3 structures. So, 3 and your 4. No? What are these structures? Your trochlear and your, what is cranial nerve 3? Oh. What's cranial nerve 3? Oculomotor nerve. Okay. Very good. So 3, 4, no, is located at the midbrain area. Whereas the pons, no, we have 4 cranial nerves. So 4, 4, 2, 8. Kalimutan yan. No? Very important to, especially when you go to clinical sciences, especially medicine 1 and medicine 2. In neurology, internal medicine, wherein one of our faculty was a neurologist, no? Would discuss with regards to the localization of lesions. Kasi when you talk about localization, when a patient goes to you presenting with neurological deficits or symptoms, based on your physical examination findings, you'll be able to approximate which part of the brain or brainstem is affected because of manifestation. So, pag nakita nyo to, affected lahat tong cranial nerves 4 to 8, ibig sabihin, no, is at the level of the pons ang lesion. Okay? So, your function of your pons, number 1, is to relay impulses related to the voluntary skeletal movements because it contains your motor tract, your pyramidal tracts. It also relays impulses from the side of the cerebellum to the other and between the medulla and the midbrain through your cerebellar peduncles. It also contains your cranial nerve 5, 6, 7, 8, no? Which has its functions. I think for the neurological part of the examination, Dr. Desmos will be posting ang synchronous video which you can review, no, and appreciate neuroanatomy. So dapat alam niyo na to kasi dumaan na kayo kay Dr. Jackie Ortega, which she discussed about the cranial nerves, and you should know, you should be familiar with how these cranial nerves are functioning. Remember, in studying cranial nerves, it's not just the function or the muscles involved. Just an advice or a tip for your upcoming examinations. You should also know the exceptions. Okay? Example. Of course, you know that your glossus muscles uh, uh, are innervated by what cranial nerve? The muscles of the tongue. What cranial nerve innervates your muscles of the tongue? The motor. Cranial nerve?
12 po.
12. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Lagman. O ba't the others di agad makasagot? Naku, itang neuro exam. Dapat alam nyo na yan. Review nyo, no, yung mga functions. So, what are the muscles involved? There's an exception, which is your palatoglossus muscle, which is innervated by what cranial nerve. So, big sabihin, pag exception, di siya innervated by your cranial nerve 12. So, it is innervated by your cranial nerve
10 po.
10. Okay, very good, Mr. Lagman. So, yung ibig kong sabihin, you study for the exceptions as well. Yung mga maganda itanong sa examination. Kaya hindi ko siya makalimutan until now. Ang tawag ko dyan is not palatoglossus, palaten glossus. Palaten, kaya palatoglossus. Palaten glossus because innervated by cranial nerve 10 and not cranial nerve 12. Okay, take note of that. Mga magagandang tanong sa examination when you study. Aside from memorizing, kasi dami niyong minimemorize. No, hyoglossus, tyloglossus. Ang aralin niyo din yung mga exceptions. Okay. Kasi pag tatanong ko, bibigay kayo ka ng hyoglossus, which of the following muscles of the tongue is not innervated by cranial nerve 12. Ay di 10 ay yung palatoglossus muscle. Okay? So that's how you study, no? You study the common, but you should also study those exceptions and unique innervations. Okay? Alam nyo na. Pag nagtanong. Kasi pati board examination anatomy, tinatanong yan. Okay? Next. We also have your pons, which is a pneumotaxic center and the apneustic center. Help control breathing together with the medulla. So, sabihin your pneumotaxic, the initiation of how you breathe. In the apneustic center, no, the control of the breathing, it's with the pons and together with your medulla. So if a patient's having stroke or a bleed, no, that affects your pons and the medulla, especially if you go to the clinical setup, biglang may sinugod kayo sa emergency room, and the patient is unconscious, no, a CT scan or an MRI is done to see kung saan yung localization ng bleeding niya, and it's said in the CT scan that there's a pontine hemorrhage or there's an increased intracranial pressure and naiipit yung pons ng medulla, no, automatic you think of the pneumotaxic and apneustic center because eventually if you have no first aid or medications or intervention started in a patient, stroke patient with bleed that affected the pons and the medulla, the patient will stop breathing. So what happens? Automatically, you intubate. So and hook the intubated patient to the mechanical ventilator. Kung sakali mag-progress yung stroke, at least there is a mechanical ventilator that assists the breathing of the patient. Okay, very, very important the neuroanatomy, no, because aside from the number one, no, common morbidities of mortality of people na autism in the Philippines is yung ischemic heart diseases. Number 3 ang stroke. I think that's 2 or 3 ang cerebrovascular diseases. Yan. So, nakita nyo, ay, ito po sa CT scan, Doc, yung pons na ipit. So, bakit natin kailangan intubate is because of the pneumothoracic and apneustic centers that is being affected. Okay? So, pons, no? The function is also depends on the cranial nerve. So, cranial nerve, no? Cranial nerve 5 for your muscles of mastication. Your eye movements, particularly your 3, which is not here, your 4 and your 6. Okay? Kasi yung 3 and 4, teka, 5, 6, 7, okay? Is located in the midbrain. Also for facial expression, no? We have your cranial nerve 7, your blinking, no? So nandun ang ating blinking, your facial nerve. Hindi nyo nasagot pala last time, no? Yung corneal blink reflex. So what is the sensory and the motor arm? Ano yung motor arm niya? Bakit tayo nag-blink? Ano yung muscle na ini-innervate ng facial nerve? Ano di nyo sinerge? Hindi nyo nasagot eh. Corneal blink reflex. Oh, the sensory part is the trigeminal. When you stroke a wisp of a cotton at corneoscleral junction, sa may cornea, no? There's a sensation that the sensory part is a cranial nerve 5. No? Basta tandaan nyo if there's a pain stimuli, no, do not forget about cranial nerve 5. Okay? Ganun din kapag when you smell, ba olfactory nerve ang sensory. Pero kapag pinamoy mo sa pasyente is alcohol or any noxious substance, yung masakit sa ilong, yung matapang na pabango. Pag pinamoy mo yung yung coffee granules, na-stimulate yung cranial nerve 1, yung olfactory. But if you give a stimuli na mabaho or very noxious stimuli, alcohol, sakit sa ilong, ibang na na-stimulate, hindi olfactory. Cranial nerve 5 ang na-stimulate. Kaya very careful kayo on the test substance. And ganun din, kapag naisip ka ng pain, kinusot mo yung mata, may tumama alikabok sa noxious stimuli sa mata. Cranial nerve 5 ang sensory na nandam. Now, the reflex, no, ang tendency, kapag napuwing, we blink. And what is the motor output? What is the muscle innervated by cranial nerve 7 that allows you to blink? Kaya corneal blink reflex. Ano yun? Anong muscle?
Levator palpebral.
Superioris. Okay? Isa pa. Orbicularis oculi. Okay? Don't forget yung mga ganun ha. Yung mga muscles, especially the corneal blink reflex. Don't forget about that. So, affected din ang cranial nerve 7. Kaya meron dyang blinking. Naalala ko lang, sorry. Sumingit pa ako doon. No? Salivation. No? Your equilibrium and your audition. No? Salivation, cranial nerve 7. Tapos yung equilibrium and your audition is your call this the cranial nerve 8 or your vestibulocochlear nerve. No? In your pons, we have your different parts. You have your anterior surface, no, and your anterolateral surface. So surfaces, no, paghatiin natin those in the anterior part and your anterolateral part. In the anterior portion of your pons, so this is your pons. Yan, pinulayan ko ng pula. No, we have your basilar part, no, and your, so what we can see here, no, in the anterior portion of the pons, of course, is your basilar groove. Ito yung tinuturo ko last time during the lab. This is called the basilar sulcus or your basilar groove. Diyan yung siya makikita. And what you can see here, no, is your basilar artery. It is where your basilar artery, no, if it becomes your sacral of Willis, no, rests. So para siyang merong lubog dyan, no? Tapos may nakapatong dito na basilar artery. In the anterolateral surfaces naman, you can appreciate your 5, 6, 7, and 8. So, saan siya makikita? No? Number 1, cranial nerve. If you see a cranial nerve that is located midway or at the mid portion and located anterolaterally of the pons, no? That's your cranial nerve 5. Okay? Nakita to sa laboratory. I've shown you the cranial nerve 5. Basta malaki siyang nerve. At anterolateral din siya lumalabas. No? Next, sa naman 6, 7, and 8. Yung 6, 7, and 8 is located at the pontomedullary junction. Tinawag sa pontomedullary junction, it's located at the junction between your pons and your medulla. Pontomedullary junction. No? At the most anterior part, and the most medial part if yours cranial nerve 6. And yung sa kanan niya, cranial nerve 7 and your cranial nerve 8. Di ba? Madali lang yan, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6. Di ko gets yung 6, 7 eh. Sabi, Gen Z ba yun? Di ko gets. Sinerch ko, marijuana daw. I'm not sure. Pero nakita ko kapatan 6, 7 kapag hindi nila masagot, may bata ko na-meet, sabi niya, saan yung dito, 6, 7? Ano yun? Sabi, parang is a jargon na wala naman particular meaning. Can someone explain to me what 6, 7 is? Di ko alam. Sorry. Diba nakakalam? Si Miss Galamit to na, ikaw nag 6, 7 yung nagdi-discuss ako. Sorry, can you share what 6, 7 means?
So-so lang po yun. Parang so-so, parang ganun lang po ibig sabihin.
Okay. So. Okay, so. Sinerch ko, sabi rin marijuana. So lang pala yun. Okay. Sige. Thank you. No, kasi na-share ko sinapagano'n si Miss Galameto, nagdi-discuss ako. Parang nakita ko yun eh. Yung gesture na yun. May bata ako nakausap. Nagtatanong lang ako sa inyo papunta dito ng pagupitan sa Malolos, kasama ng buhok ko. 6, 7, to sabay takbo. Ha? Sabi ko. Okay, out of nowhere, no? So, ito, dinalala ko. Magandang ma-discuss ko to. Maalala nyo tayo mnemonic. 5, 6, 7, and 8. So, yung cranial nerve 6 and 7 and 8 is located at the pontomedullary junction. Ang pwedeng tanong dyan, also which of the cranial nerves located at the pontomedullary junction is located most laterally o pinakigilid. So, that's your cranial nerve 8. Paano naman kapag most medially? That's your cranial nerve 6. So, 5, 6, 7, and 8. May nasabi ako during that last time na there is also a junction between your midbrain. Dito kasi merong midbrain na may dito, yung may boobs o mammillary body. There is also a cranial nerve here na makikita. Now, but it's that part of the pons, but it's at the junction between your pons and your midbrain. But the nucleus of the cranial nerve, this particular cranial nerve, is located at the level of the midbrain. That's your 3. So, malaki yung cranial nerve dito at the junction between midbrain and your pons. No, that's your cranial nerve 3. So, 3 and 6. So, 3 times 2, 6. 3, 6, 7, 8. 3, 6, 7, 8. Those are located at the junctions. Yung trochlear nerve, hindi lang kita dito, umiikot kasi yan paharap. Though hindi to nakita grossly, so baka hindi naman matanong. Okay, so di ko alam, ba't nawawala? Baka may pumutol pa din. Joke. Tinanggal, no? Ay, di tatanong to, tanggalin natin para di tanongin, no? Tago nyo na lang yung brain. Pwede mo yung tanongin. Okay, just kidding, no? So, this is trochlear nerve, your cranial nerve 4, nandito. So, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Yan. Okay, so madali. Pagdating sa cranial nerves sa pontine area. Okay? Ano naman sa pons, no? Let's go to naman sa likuran. Let's go towards the posterior surface. So, the posterior surface of the pons is hidden from the view of the cerebellum. So, in this particular illustration, it is cut, no? the cerebellar peduncle, particular said CB del cerebellar peduncle, to expose the posterior surface of the pons. No? So it forms the posterior surface of the pons forms the upper half of the floor of the ventricle. So what you can see here, no, itong particular space na to, no, or is your fourth ventricle. It forms the upper part of the fourth ventricle, the posterior surface of the pons, and is triangular in shape. No, triangle ba? Ito ata yun. Siyang triangle. So, it's triangular in shape. Okay, so ito, no, midbrain, pons, and your medulla. Midbrain, ito, this is your part of your pons and your medulla oblongata. Now, let's now go to the internal surface of the pons. The pons internal structures are commonly divided into posterior part and their anterior basal part. No? So the posterior part it's called the tegmentum, and the anterior part, basal part of the anterior basal part is by the transversely running fibers of the trapezoid body. And the structure of the pons may be divided or may be studied at two levels. One at the transverse section through the caudal part passing to the facial colliculus, and the other sa transverse section through the cranial part passing through the trigeminal nuclei. So, para mas madali nyo siyang maintindihan or mabasa, no, I found a table in the Snell's neuroanatomy. No, what you can see or what structures that you can see or observe at the level of the pons, no? If it is at the level of the facial colliculus and your trigeminal nuclei. So yung facial colliculus, this one. No, this is your iba drawing ko. This is your facial colliculus. Ito lang. Okay? This is your facial colliculus. Your facial colliculus, no, houses your nucleus of your cranial nerve 7. Okay? Hindi ko din drawing yung pataas. Binilugan ko na lang yung ibaba. No, to emphasize the level of the facial colliculus. So, kaya facial colliculus, nandito yung nucleus of your facial nerve or your cranial nerve 7. Okay, nakaumbok siya, nandito yung nucleus niya. So, that's your facial colliculus. So, if you bisect it at the level, no, ano yung ma-expose niya? Of course, you will expose your cavity there, your nuclei, and the motor tracts and the sensory tracts. The cavity, of course, if you are at the level of the trigeminal nuclei is yung at the level dito. Pag kinat to at this level, no, that's your at the level of your cranial nerve 5 nuclei. No, so ano may expose na cavities? Number 1 is your fourth ventricle. Na nucleus naman, no? Naman, you can see here the facial nucleus, facial nerve nucleus, abducens nucleus. Doon din makikita the medial vestibular nucleus, spinal nucleus of cranial nerve 5, pontine nuclei, and trapezoid nuclei. However, at the nuclei, what nuclei you can see at the level of the trigeminal? So, we can also see there the nucleus mahagi pa yung cranial nerve 5, particularly the main sensory and the motor nucleus, the pontine nuclei, and your trapezoid nuclei. So, ito, you can see these particular structures and there are intersecting structures that you can also see here. But, very important at the level of your facial colliculus, kasi ito yung cranial nerve 7, ito yung cranial nerve 5. Now, you can see here the cranial nerve 7 nucleus and your abducens nucleus. No? Your 6, 7, yeah. Okay, dito naman at the trigeminal nuclei, you can see here, of course, your trigeminal nerve nucleus. Okay, nakalimutan, pag facial colliculus, si 7. Pero, nandun din si 6. Okay, kaya 6, 7. Okay. At the level of the trigeminal nuclei, you can appreciate here the cranial nerve 5. Okay, motor tracts, have a corticospinal, nuclear tracts, transverse pontine, medial longitudinal fasciculus, trigeminal, you can see these structures as well. No? Sensory tracts, you can see here the spinal tract of cranial nerve 5, no? Lateral spinal and medial lemniscus. And sensory tracts at the level of the trigeminal nuclei, you can see there the lateral spinal and the medial lemniscus. Just study this particular table. No? Pwede kasing, we can ask this in your examination. What is important here, of course, yung madali tandaan, yung at the level, the cavity, and the nucleus that you can see here. Ano yung mga cranial nerves that you can see. Ito kasi obvious. Si cranial nerve 7, tsaka si cranial nerve 5. Yung dagdag si cranial nerve 6, ito yung pwede natin itanong. Yan. Very unique. Kaya when you study neuroanatomy, study those exceptions and unique in this. Yung mga common, yung mga hindi naman madalas tinatanong kasi madali lang tandaan. Okay, itong 6 pwedeng matan. Okay? Okay, so this is your diagnostic presentation. If you are to dissect, no, at the level of the pons and you cut your medullocerebellar peduncles, no, you can see the space of your fourth ventricle. You can see here the facial colliculus, the space, no. Bilang kita dito yung mga structures there, no. If you are to dissect naman at the level, no, at the caudal part of the pons, pag sinabing caudal part, di ba, rostral towards the nose, sa ulo, kapag caudal part towards the tail, no, sa inferior part, no, if you are to transverse the caudal part of the nucleus at the level of the facial colliculus, what you can see here, no, number 1, no, so this is your, ulit muna tayo. This is your fourth ventricle. This is cavity ventricle. So we have ependymal cells dyan. Sa histo, papakita natin. Ependymal cells. Dyan, no? So this is your facial colliculus, yung parang umbok, no? What is unique in the facial colliculus, if you bisect it at the level of this part of the pons, what you can appreciate here is, di ba? 6, 7, your abducent nerve and your cranial nerve 7. But what contributes to the facial colliculus, no, yung umbok niya, is not solely because of the facial nerve, but it is contributory to the presence of your abducens nerve. Kasi nandito siya. No? Paano naman nagko-contribute sa facial nerve? The tract of the facial nerve here, no? It surrounds your abducens nerve before it goes anterolaterally. Ito yung nakikita nyo na. Ito yung anterior portion kasi. This is the posterior portion. Ito yung sa space. Ito yung nakikita nyo sa trigeminal nerve na nakalabas. No? But what happens, no? Hindi siya diretso. No? It circles around your cranial nerve 6, no? First, before going out anterolaterally. And itong umbok na to, itong facial colliculus, it's because of the nerve tract of your facial nerve and the presence of the nucleus of your abducens nerve. Kaya meron siyang umbok. Okay. And gusto ko emphasize dyan. Dito. Wala. Yan. The transvection through the caudal part passing through the facial colliculus, the medial lemniscus rotates as it passes from the medulla into the pons, and the facial nucleus lies posterior to the lateral part of the medial lemniscus, and the fibers of the facial nerve wind around the nucleus of the abducens nerves, producing your facial colliculus. Ito yung sinabi natin kanina. Okay. Next slide, no? Let's now go to the transversation to the pons at the level of your trigeminal nuclei. No? So at the trigeminal nuclei, no, it's located mid-pons. No? What you can see here, of course, the nucleus of your trigeminal nerve, no, before it goes towards, no, anterolaterally. Yeah, what you can see here, your spinal medial lemniscus, no? You have your trapezoid body, no? You also have your bundle of corticospinal and cortico nuclear fibers, no? You have your pontine nuclei, But you can see, of course, the cavity of the fourth ventricle, and you can appreciate here the superior cerebellar peduncles. The mid pons, no, it projects anterolaterally directly before going out. This is the large fiber that you can appreciate located at the mid pons. Yan, this is a bicograph presentation, no? But present all the fibers that is present at the level of the trigeminal nuclei, no? Now, in the upper pons, no, the part on the rostral, most rostral part, or the superior part of your pons, no, you can appreciate here the decussation of your trochlear nerve. Trochlear nerve is your cranial nerve 4. Ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo na hindi siya kita, no? Because the nucleus of the trochlear nerve is located at the level of the midbrain. And the nucleus of it, though, at the level of the midbrain, no, produces your tracts or fibers posteriorly. No? So, may dalawa yan. Ito siya, no? Gaganon, papalabas pa talikod before it goes anteriorly. No? At the level of the upper pons, you can appreciate, no, if it's a level of the mid pons and the caudal pons, you can appreciate your fourth ventricle. But in the level of the upper pons, you can appreciate here your cerebral aqueduct or the aqueduct of Sylvius, which is a connection between two ventricles, that is your your third ventricle and your fourth ventricle. This space here, ito, is your cerebral aqueduct of Sylvius, or aqueduct of Sylvius, or cerebral aqueduct na lang. No? We can see here also here superior cerebellar peduncle and tegmentum beginning to decussate, basilar part containing large fibers of separated by pontine nuclei, and of course your part of your basilar sulcus. Hagip pa siya. Basilar sulcus. 2 minutes. Yan, the middle pons, yan, the level we can appreciate here is the trigeminal nuclei. Yan, ito siya. Di ba yung parang nag-i-sprout yung pag-alon? Yan. This is your pons or pangit groove, basilar groove. Okay, well, this is your medulla, pontomedullary junction, your 6, 7, and 8. 6, 7, 8. So this is trigeminal nerve. No? The lateral part of pontine tegmentum, the oval motor of trigeminal nucleus and smaller sensory trigeminal nucleus lateral to it are found here. No? And you can also appreciate the superior cerebellar peduncles that are in the roof of the fourth ventricle with superior medullary velum in between. At the level of your lower pons, no, you can appreciate here the 6, 7, okay, cranial nerves, no? And the 6 abducens and facial nerves, no, their nucleus, no, which lies deep at the level of their facial colliculus, and of course, your middle cerebellar peduncle, no. So we're done with the pons, no. So just a quick summary, ang kailangan nyo tandaan with the level of the pons. Number 1, para you can guide it on your review. Madami kasi itong terms. So kinuha ko yung particular lectures lang that you should know as a neuroanatomy student. Number 1, identify the bisections. If you bisect at the level of the upper pons, your middle pons, and the lower pons, what structures should you can appreciate? No? What cavities that you can appreciate? What motor tracts you can appreciate? And what sensory tracts that you can appreciate? Okay? Next, what are cranial nerves that is involved at the level of the pons? So that's your 5, 6, 7, and 8. 5 to 8. Okay? The behavior of the cranial nerves tract, no, as it exits to the external environment, no, especially the level of the facial colliculus, no, what contributes to the facial colliculus. Yan, yung mga kailangan yung masagot na discuss naman natin. Yun, tapos yung mga cerebellar peduncles. If you bisect at the upper, the middle, lower portion of the pons, what what particular cerebellar peduncle that you would be able to appreciate? What spaces that you would be able to appreciate? And if there is a lesion at the level of the pons, what clinical manifestations that you are expected to observe given if there is a lesion at that particular level? Of course, you need to study cranial collocation through neurological examination to appreciate it. Sabi ko lang yung mga functions, no? But you should know, no? You should appreciate neuroanatomy by watching the lecture video to be posted by Dr. Jesmos on the neuroanatomy. And it is all over the internet naman. No, you can just, kung hindi ka okay sa video, you can search the internet, no? YouTube, ganun, to appreciate neuroanatomy. Okay. Ano nyo naaralin nyo? Medyo mahirap lang talaga ang neuroanatomy, but if you are able to correlate yung mga yan, medyo mas kaya yung ipasa examination. Okay, next, doon na tayo sa medalla, no? So, medalla, it is continuous with the spinal cord. So, pag bumaba pa to, magiging na siyang spinal cord. Where it is located, no? Inferiorly, no? It's continuous with the spinal cord inferiorly and with the pons superiorly. So, this is your pons, this is your medulla, and this is your spinal cord. Anteriorly, you can appreciate, no? If you are to move this anteriorly, kunyari, this is your, ba yun? Kasi ako mag-drawing eh. Andito yung iniisip nyo drawing ako ng ano dito. Maayos. Okay. Maayos na drawing. Minsan lang parang lumite eh. I'm drawing a medulla oblongata. Okay? Let's make itong structure pa yan. Okay? The ones in the middlemost is your anterior median fissure. In textbooks, ang tawag din dyan sulcus eh. Anterior median sulcus or anterior median fissure. No, kasi di naman siya masyadong malalim. Pag fissure kasi ang lalim eh. No, pag sulcus, mababaw lang. So anterior median sulcus, no? Median versus medial, N siya, hindi L ah. Kapag medial kasi, dalawang nasa gitna. Pag median, nag-iisa lang siya sa inyo, siya yung pinakagitna. Okay, so anterior median is located anterior. This is your anterior median fissure, which is continuous inferiorly with the anterior median fissure of your spinal cord. So pag tinalikod nyo to, you can appreciate another median fissure, pero tawag yun, posterior median fissure. Yan ibig sabihin yun. Okay? And we have also your swellings on each side is the pyramid. Ito yung pyramid. Yung dalawang bilog na to. Swellings on each side is called your pyramid. It contains your corticospinal fiber or tract. Diba yung corticospinal or the pyramidal tract, no, for motor, kaya nakakagalaw, no? Ito yung dito dumadaging tract wherein 10% and 90%. So ilang percent yung nagko-cross contralaterally? Yung mga klase, si Miss Franz Donabel Avila. Ilang percent yung nagko-cross contralaterally sa pyramidal tract at the decussation of the pyramid?
Doc, around 90 po ba?
90, tama. That's around 90%. So, ibig sabihin, yung remaining 10%, it's doesn't cross. It just stays there ipsilaterally. Kapansin nyo, kapag merong patients na nagkaroon ng stroke, no, ba't laging opposite side, di nila magalaw. There's affected on the left part of the brain, but the patient cannot move. The patient cannot move, no, on the opposite side. Kung left affected, right yung hindi magalaw. It's because 90% of the fibers doesn't cross. 90% of the fibers crosses contralaterally. Papapansin nyo, no, kapag at the superior portion of the decussation bago pa siya mag-cross, pag nandun yung lesion, no, hindi na, ang problema niyan, yung opposite side of the body, no, ang naging problema kasi hindi na siya, same side of the body, naging problema kasi hindi na siya nagko-cross. So, yung reason ko bakit contralateral ang lesion is because of the decussation of the pyramidal or the corticospinal tract. Okay, so yan, no? Also, appreciate here the descending fibers cross over the opposite side, forming the decussation of the pyramid. Di ko nakita doon sa brain specimens, no? Hinahanap ko actually, pero na may decussation of pyramid. But it's obvious grossly na, wala, this is anterior median fissure, no? This is your, your pyramid, no? Tapos meron ka makikitang horizontal lines dyan, grossly. No? That's your decussation of your pyramid. Decussation of your pyramid. So it is where your corticospinal tract crosses. Yan. And the medulla, ito tatandaan nyo. If your pons is 5 to 8, yung medulla oblongata is 9 to 12. So you have your glossopharyngeal, you have your vagus, you have your spinal accessory nerve or your accessory nerve, and your hypoglossal nerve. So 9 to 12, pag 9 to 12, you have your medulla oblongata. It is where you can locate the nucleus of these particular cranial nerves. Yan. So it functions of your medulla, number one, no, it contains your breathing, respiration, together with the pons. But there's also a reflex center of heart rate here, no? And have your vasoconstriction, your swallowing reflex, coughing, vomiting, sneezing, salivation, tongue movement, and circulation. No? Ito madali siyang tandaan, itong mga functions na to, no? It's because of the location of your cranial nerve nuclei. So, coughing, vomiting, no? Vomiting kapag nagkaroon ka ng gag, no? Itong 9 and 10 is involved na gag reflex. So, para ka nasusuka. Pag na-stimulate mo yung 9 and your 10. No? So, salivation as well, no? It's because of your glossopharyngeal nerve, no? You also have your tongue movements, no? So that's your cranial nerve 12, no? Shoulder shrugging, no? And for you to be able to look to the left, to the right, and raise your shoulder up and down is because of your cranial nerve 11. Also, ito, dito kasama. Sorry, this is a typographical error. Cranial nerve 8 is not included here. Okay? Buburahin ko na. Hindi ka malito. Your 9, 10, 11, and your 12. Cranial nerve 8 is not included here. Okay? Tapos, di ba, you have your coughing, no? Vasoconstriction, di ba? Dito yung ginagawa yung vasovagal reflex. No? Gaganon. No? Kapag yung patient is tachycardia, no? You have to massage siya carotids, no? Nagkakaroon ng vasovagal reflex to slow the heart rate of the patient. Kaya involved din sa circulation. Okay? So the parts of the medulla, you have your, at the level of the pyramids, this is your medulla oblongata. Your pyramid, this one, you have your olive, this one, and your inferior cerebellar peduncle. Hindi lang kita dito. That's your peduncle connecting to the cerebellum. Okay, so at the level of the pyramid, it lies along the side, anteromedian fissure. So this is your anteromedian fissure. Immediately lateral to it, so para may bilog dito na umbok. So that's your pyramid. It contains your fibers of the corticospinal tract. So olives naman, it is an oval elevation. This one, to color green, is an oval elevation lateral to the pyramid, no? It is due to the underlying collection of your gray matter. So this is your olives, no? And of course, not shown here, no, your inferior cerebellar peduncle, which connects your medulla to the cerebellum. So ano pa yung makita dito? You have anterior median fissure, no, or sulcus. So we have your ventrolateral sulcus and your posterolateral sulcus. Yung sulcus that is immediately, no, at the side of your anterior median is your ventrolateral. Yung sa gilid naman niya, yung linya dito, there's a sulcus here that is almost directly opposite to the ventrolateral is your posterolateral sulcus. Sino yung mas nasa harap? Yung ventrolateral, yung nasa likod is your posterolateral sulcus. Ayan, so intermedian fissure, ventrolateral sulcus, and your posterolateral sulcus. Okay? So this is a gross representation of your medulla, grossly. So, huwag napansinin tong pons, no? So this is your middle cerebellar peduncle. Tapos you have your posterior cerebellar peduncle. You have your anterior median fissure, yung pinakagitna. So itong umbok na to, this is your pyramid. Okay? And itong umbok, lateral to that is your olive. No? Ayan. Tapos hanggang sa baba. Tapos dito, we have your ventrolateral sulcus. Tapos yung sa gilid dito, sa ito, di lang kita, pero this one, hanggang sa pababa, that's your ventrolateral sulcus. Okay? Bakit natin na-emphasize ang structure such as your pyramid and your olive? No? In the pyramid, in the olive, no, there's a sulcus here in between. This is your pre-olivary sulcus and this is your post-olivary sulcus. Sino si pre and post? Just like your post-central gyrus. Sino yung posteriorly located? Kapag posteriorly located, that's your post-central gyrus. No? Kapag dito naman, pag post-olivary sulcus, it is located posterior. So, posterior to what? Your olive. So, this is your olive. Sa kalilikuran niya or posterior niya is your post-olivary sulcus. Kapag pre-olivary naman, yun yung nasa harapan. Okay? Kaya malito kasi bad student ako, alam ko yung 6LE, which is anterior posterior located. During final examination, dahil di ako exempted, di umabot 2%. Nakalimutan ko na sino yung anterior. So, ginawa ko, namoni ko na yan kapag posteriorly located. Post-central gyrus, post-olivary sulcus, yan. Okay? So, in the pre-olivary sulcus, hindi lang kita dito, but I think this one, no? This is the nerve, which is your cranial nerve 12. The pre-olivary sulcus, this is where your cranial nerve 12 emerges. Okay? Doon naman sa post-olivary sulcus, the rest is history. Doon nyo makita yung iba. Basta importante, your cranial nerve 12 emerges at the pre-olivary sulcus, whereas your others in the post-olivary sulcus, where your cranial nerve 9, 10, and 11 emerges. Okay, so nagamatic para sa ma-appreciate nyo, this is your pons, this is your medulla, this is your medulla. No, this is your pyramid. This is your olive. This is your anterior median fissure or sulcus. And then this is your ventrolateral sulcus. Yung sa likuran niya is your ventrolateral. This is your ventrolateral. This is your posterolateral sulcus. Okay? In the ventrolateral sulcus or in the post-olivary sulcus, this is your ventrolateral pagbaba na. Ventrolateral sulcus, sa likod is your posterolateral. Kasi dito, hindi pa to ventrolateral sulcus. Pag nag-end ng olive, level of the olives, inferior to that is your ventrolateral sulcus. Pero kung at the level pa siya ng olive, that's your olivaris sulcus. Okay, the periolivaris sulcus, it is where your cranial nerve 12 arises. Okay? Ayan. Tapos the rest is nandun sa may likuran. Okay? Now, let's now go to the posterior surface. So if we are to dissect again and expose the posterior part, removing the cerebellum and cutting the inferior cerebellar peduncle, you can appreciate the superior half and inferior half of your medulla oblongata. No, the superior half of your medulla oblongata forms the lower part of the floor of the ventricle, whereas the inferior part of the medulla is now continuous with the spinal cord and possesses a posterior median sulcus. On each side of the median sulcus, an elongated swelling or the gracile tubercle is produced by the underlying gracile nucleus. Diba? If you're familiar with the gracile tubercle, its term or terminology is mentioned in your sensory tract. Diba? If it's the upper extremity or lower extremity, no? Anything that's anterior to the medulla oblongata is what you call this? It is motor, whereas in those in the posterior portions are sensory. So that's your tubercles. Okay. Lateral to the gracile tubercle is a similar swelling, the cuneate tubercle produced by underlying cuneate nucleus, and the tubercles are sensory in function for proprioception. Also, a posterior intermediate sulcus separates the gracile tubercle and your cuneate tubercle. There are 4 levels that we need to structures we need to identify if the medulla oblongata is bisected in these particular levels. 1, at the level of the decussation of pyramid, decodification of lemnisci, olives, no, and just inferior to the pons. So from inferior to superior. So use this table summary, no? So know the level of the decussation, no? Know the level of the cavity that you can see, and of course your metamotor and your sensory tracts. At the level of the decussation of pyramid, no, you can appreciate your central canal. Remember your fourth ventricle, if it goes inferiorly, no, it becomes your central canal. So your central canal contains your cerebrospinal fluid as well. Yan. So appreciate here the central canal. This is from inferior to superior. So yung pinakailalim. No, appreciate the central canal as well as in the level of the medial lemniscus. Now at the level of the olives naman, more superiorly, at the level at this inferior to the pons, no, you can appreciate both your fourth ventricle. Now, the nucleus, you appreciate the nucleus gracilis cuneatus, no? No, both in your decussation of pyramid and your medial lemniscus. Whereas at the level of your olive and just inferior to the pons, no, you can appreciate this. No, pero dami, no? Your vagal, your hypoglossal, tactus solitarius, glossopharyngeal, no, because it's at the level of the olive, no, or at the level of inferior cerebellar peduncle that you can see these particular cranial nerves of yan, yung cranial nerve 9, cranial nerve 11, tapos we have yung cranial nerve 10, no? Hindi lang kita yung cranial nerve 12. Okay, dislocated here at the decussation of your medial lemniscus. Okay, ito huwag yung kakalimutan to. In-emphasize ko na. Tanong ko kasi dyan, saan nyo makikita yung nucleus ng cranial nerve at the particular level? So if you bisect at the level of the olive, you can appreciate your 9, 10, and your 11. But your cranial nerve 12, no, hindi siya makikita at the level of the olive, but at the level of your medial lemniscate. Okay. So yan. So what tracts? You can appreciate your pyramidal tracts here. No? The decussation of the corticospinal tract or your pyramidal tract, you can appreciate here. Kasi nga, decussation of pyramids siya. No? Yan, dito nagko-cross na. So, in all of these, you can appreciate your pyramidal tracts. No? So the tracts, your cranial nerve 5, cranial nerve 5, medial meniscus, no, and other structures. So, in summary, if you are analyzing your structure of medulla oblongata, ang kailangan nyo tandaan here, if there's a bisection of a particular part, is to know, number one, if there's level is bisected, know which cavity you can appreciate. Next, what nucleus that you can appreciate. No? Particularly, what level can you appreciate or find the nucleus of your cranial nerve. No? So at the level of the olive, yung lahat, the rest is history. No, but the cranial nerve 12 is located if you bisect at the level of medial lemniscate. Okay, that's your clue on how to study and memorize or understand at the level of your medulla. So this is a structure, no? The first section of the medulla oblongata, no? A is a level of decussation of the pyramid. No? At the level of decussation of pyramid, you can appreciate that 90% of the fibers would cross the contralateral side. No? Next naman, at the level of the medial lemniscate, no? You can appreciate the different nucleus, no? Particularly your cranial nerve 12. Okay, yung kailangan tandaan nyo dyan. No? At the level of decussation pyramid, hindi lang masyado kita, no? But there's a fiber shear that crosses, no? Ano pa ba? Here naman at the level of decussation of the medial lemniscate, no? So you can appreciate the sensory pathway, the nucleus gracilis and nucleus crenatus. No? You have your pyramids that you can appreciate. So walang decussation mangyari because it's at the decussation pa lang ng medial lemniscate. So this is your decussation of the pyramid. Pinakita na natin. No, this is the diagrammatic presentation. This is the first section of the medulla, no, oblongata, no, at the level of the middle of the olivary nucleus, and this is at the level of the inferior pons. So we have mentioned the different structures, no, at the level of nuclei, olives, at the level of the olives, appreciate the nucleus of your cranial nerves, particularly your 9, 10, and 11. Ayan, no? At the level of the pons, you can appreciate these structures. Okay, so you can just view here, no? Other structures that you can appreciate when at the level, if it is at the anterior portion or the posterior, no? At the anterior portion of the medulla, when you open, no, from medial to the lateral side, is ito, discuss natin, anterior median fissure, pyramids, your pre-olivary sulcus, your olives, and your post-olivary sulcus, from anterior to the lateral side. Posteriorly, you can appreciate, of course, your fourth ventricle, no? You have your stria medullaris, or of course, your pyramids, wherein your pyramidal tract passes through. So continued posteriorly, no? Posteriorly, the floor of the fourth ventricle, no? From medial to lateral, you can appreciate your hypoglossal and vagal trigones, inferior fovea, and your vestibular area, and of course, your inferior cerebellar peduncle. If it is close, you can appreciate from anterior portion, your pyramids separated by anterior median fissure. Posterior, your sensory, your gracial and conjugate tubercle separated by a posterior intermediate sulcus, and your of course, your posterior median sulcus. So you can um, read through the clinical correlates so you can appreciate more the neuroanatomy of the pons and medulla. Ito, di ko naman siya di-discuss, masyado na siyang highly technical. Di ko naman siya tatanong sa examinations. So, clinical portions is up to the clinical sciences. No? So, ngayon, kapag mayroong pontine hemorrhage, if there are mass, no? Remember, if there is an affectation, itong summary lang dyan, no? Of, at the level of the pons in your medulla, know the functions, know the cranial nerves. For sure, if there's a lesion or mass or a cyst or an abscess at that particular level, the functions of that particular structure is also affected. Depending on the size, depending on the extent. Kaya pasyente nyo, yung nagkaroon siya ng stroke or a brain metastasis or brain mass, no? If it is impinging on the blood supply or even the nerve structures, it causes stroke-like symptoms. And very important, no, when you study neuroanatomy, you have to correlate. You can appreciate neuroanatomy not just if you study the structures and memorize, but you are able to correlate it clinically. Kaya very important that you understand, you study your circle of Willis, the blood supply of the brain, the ventricular structures, no? Ano pa ba? The ventricular structures, no? The Papez circuit, yung diniscuss ko. Kasi, ako mas mahirap pang gastrointestinal versus neuro kasi dun lang iisipin mo ibang structures, no? From the brain up to the spinal cord and the spinal nerves and the cranial nerves, no? Yun ang may isipin nyo. Sample, kapag mayroong obstruction, kaya nagka-hydrocephalus, nagkaroon ng communicating or non-communicating, obstructive, non-obstructive hydrocephalus, because there's a problem in the CSF flow. O with that, paano nyo malalaman kung isang region magkakaroon ng paglaki? Trace the CSF flow. Yan. Para pag yung patient nagkaroon ng ng left or right-sided hemiparesis, tapos nagkaroon pa siya ng ng vision loss. Ay, nagkaroon siya ng hearing loss na lang. So, which particular part in the circle of Willis is affected? Is it the anterior, middle, or posterior circulation? O middle circulation. Yon. So, maybe the middle cerebral artery ang pwedeng affected. Paano naman kapag yung patient nagkaroon ng stroke tapos medyo nagkakaroon ng bradypnea. So, sabihin, decrease yung kanyang breathing. No? So, ang alam mo is either at the level of the pons or medulla. Now, saan? Check the cranial nerve, neurophysical examination. O, chinek nyo, walang gag reflex, tapos hindi rin mataas yung shoulders niya, hindi na mailabas yung dila, o there's what we call as a tongue deviation, no? There's a slurring of speech, parang bulol, no? So, saan kaya nagagaling yung lesion? Most likely, at the level of your medulla. Ganun lang yung neuroanatomy. So, since we are nearing the end of the academic year, no, I hope you appreciate neuroanatomy on the best. Ako, when it is the most layman term, I can discuss as much as possible para mas madali nung intindihin. No? You read books, you have pictures all over the internet for mnemonic, no, para mas maintindihan nyo. Ayun. So, I think it's already 10:15. But there's a next part, yung histology lang ng neuroanatomy. So, let's have a 15-minute na lang, 15-minute break before we resume on the next part of the lecture. So, let me stop sharing. No? Please be back by 10:30 a.m. in 15 minutes para we can view slides of neuroanatomy tapos ang ating lecture. I've already uploaded the slides of my lecture and the histological slides at the Google Classroom. Okay. Ano pa tayo? Okay. Okay. How about the others? Can you turn on your cameras, please? Saan pala ako lagay na? Pumunta na ako i-add. Tariglan. Sige. So let's now start. We share my screen. Nakalimutan ko may pituitary gland pa pala. Yung teacher sa internet. Teka. Okay. Share. Can you see my screen? Okay. Yan, full screen. So, good morning everyone. So we'll be reviewing histological slides and we will be label structures, no, that will aid you for your neuroanatomy examination. No, so these slides include, of course, your nerve root, the ganglion, the spinal cord, your cerebrum, your cerebellum, tapos your posterior pituitary gland. Malmutang ko, importante pala yung posterior pituitary gland. No, so nagsama na lang ako ng picture dito. No? So let's start, no? One of the basic structures that you should know, of course, what is the appearance of your neuron. You have your neurons, no? Parts. You have your pericardium, the cell body, your axon, your dendrites, no? Your axon hillock, and as well as the nucleus of your neuron. So basically these are the basic unit in the neurological system, the nervous system, no? So we have particular slides in the lab that I have found. Oh, this is your neuron. Label. This is your neuron. So pag tinanong yan, identify cell. So this is your neuron, no? What are the important structures here? And of course, the dendrites. That's your dendrites. The function of your dendrites is to, yan, ito mga dendrites to. No, function of your dendrite is to receive impulses, no, from your another neuron, from a synapse towards the cell body. So this is your cell body. So as another term for your cell body? Sa bang tawag sa cell body? Starts with the letter P. Si Popoy. Ay, si P. Papa P. Okay. Ano yung P? Cell body also called as what?
Pericardium po, Doc.
Pericardion. Very good. The sir, pericardion. Okay, it's also called sir pericardion. No? So, yan, no, in your, there's your neuron, or also pericardion, there's the body. So, we can see that's the nucleus of the, ano, the powerhouse. The most central part of your neuron, and of course, itong black na to is your nucleolus. So remember, you have your nucleus for protein synthesis, your DNA replication, etc. for eventual protein synthesis, transcription, translation, and become a protein. No? So this is your dendrites, is your axon. Itong mahaba na to. Paano natin sabi na this is your axon? No, usually the axon is a one large fiber, single, no, and there's a what we call as a large space, no, before it before it tapers towards the another neuron. And this one tapering here is what we call as your axon hillock. Okay, yun yung axon hillock. So, hirap ako mag-type using the mouse. This is letter O. Hillock. Okay. I just check my spelling, no, but this is your axon hillock. No? So from one synapse to another neuron, it receives your dendrites your signal, no, because for it processes in the pericardium or the cell body, and it transmits to another neuron or synapse, no, through the axon hillock. Yan. So very important, no, na remember that our neurons are covered by your dito, no, particular dendrites or axons, no. What are these structures na hindi naman kita dito, no, that that covers your dendrites and your axons such that the electrical impulse or signal is transported very fast towards the pericardium or cell body. Ano tawag doon? That's your
Myelin sheath.
That's your myelin sheath. Okay, very good. That's your myelin sheath, no? Diba? Dito nagkakaroon ng action ng ano. This is your myelin sheath, no? Wala, nagiging sungay. That's your myelin sheath, no? So, yung electric signal, but, no, your myelin sheath provides your insulation. Kaya nag-insulate siya, hindi siya nagko-conduct. No, it needs to be insulated such that electrical signals will just jump from one nodes, no, to another node that is in between the myelin sheath. And what is that term? When there's a jumping of electrical impulse or signals from junction between myelin sheath to another. Ang tawag doon?
Saltatory conduction po.
Okay, very good. So, saltatory. Bakit siya saltatory? No, hindi dahil siya ay maalat, no? Tawag kasi doon sa jumping, biological term, yung pagtalo ng palaka is saltation. Yung mga bayo dyan, no? Bayo. Mga kabayo ko. Pinamit ko kasi bayo. Yung mga kabayo ko, no? Tawag yung saltation. When frog jumps, no? Tawag doon saltation. Kaya tawag saltatory conduction. So there's a jumping of electrical impulse from one place to another. Yan. Tapos diba yung tawag dyan, yung nagpo-produce ng myelin sheath? Anong cells siya nagpo-produce ng myelin sheath? Sa central nervous system, iba yung sa central nervous system sa peripheral nervous system. Diba your nervous system is divided into two regions, your central and the peripheral. The components of your central nervous system is your brain and your spinal cord, whereas your peripheral nervous system composed of the pairs of cranial nerves and your spinal nerves. Don't forget, do not be confused with regards to your cranial nerves. Baka tinanong, ilan ba ang total cranial nerves meron tayo? Ilan ba? Total of cranial nerves, left and right. Ilan?
24, Doc.
24. Just a total. Kapag tinanong pairs of cranial nerve, that's 12. Okay? So, pwedeng tanong kasi yan, how many cranial nerves in total we have? That's 24. But pairs is 12. Okay? No? So, yan. In the, which one produces your myelin sheath? In the central nervous system versus the peripheral? Let's start with the central nervous system. And nagpo-produce ng myelin sheath.
Oligodendrocytes po.
Okay, oligodendrocyte. Whereas your peripheral nervous system, ano naman nagpo-produce?
Schwann cells po.
Versus Schwann cells. Okay, so oligodendrocytes, yung kakalimutan, tinatanong din kasi ito eh. Oligodendrocytes, it produces your Schwann cells in the central nervous system. So, para may O siya, tsaka C. Pares kurbado. So, kapag ano naman, peripheral nervous system, no, ano po produce naman is your Schwann cells. SP. OC tsaka SP. O, parang O na rin tong C. Kurbada. So SP, Schwann cell peripheral nervous system, oligodendrocytes kapag central nervous system. Pwede kasi tanongin yan sa examination. Okay? So that's your saltatory conduction and the production of your myelin sheath. Now, let's go to the cerebellum slides. Your cerebellum is networks of your neurons, your dendrites and your axons, no, in the conduction. So here you have many neurons in the cerebellum. So this is your cerebellum. Para mas maano niyo siya. Appreciate this, your cerebellum, no? So at the cerebellum there are series of neurons. So this is one neuron. This is another neuron, no? This is another neuron. This is another neuron. So, ito mga iitim na to, ito no, yung mayroong cells na may black sa gitna, no, that's oligodendrocytes. That's oligodendrocytes, no? Tapos ito na, mayroong malalaking cells dito, no? Sa gitna, tapos meron pa ditong mga maraming cells dito sa loob. So this is your cerebellar cortex. Di lang kita dito yung medalla. So this is your cerebellar cortex. Lahat to. The cerebellar cortex, the organ is cerebellum. No? So if you see structures that they have neurons and oligodendrocytes, no? That is light pinkish. Hindi siya tad-tad ng ng maraming itim, no? That this particular layer is your molecular layer. Pag-identify layer, bracketed region, molecular layer. No, kapag dito naman, yung maraming tad-tad ng tagyawat dito sa gitna na maraming itim, the neurons, no, and oligodendrocytes, no, this particular layer, this bracketed layer is your, molecular, granular layer. Paditanggalan, daling tandaan, which one is molecular, and which one is granular. Kapag granular, daming granules. So, itong maraming itim, that's your granular layer. Pag wala masyadong itim, itong oligodendrocytes na to, pag wala masyadong itim, that's your molecular layer. Tapos, there's a particular layer, the cerebellar cortex. No? Merong mga cells na nasa gitna. This one is called as your Purkinje layer. The Purkinje layer transports information, electrical impulse, no, from the dendrites here ng Purkinje layer towards the axons, no, for it to be received by the neurons in the granular layer. So, tinawag siyang Purkinje layer because ang tawag dito sa mga cells na to ay Purkinje cells. Ito. So, madaling makita, no, this is your granular layer. This is your molecular layer as labeled. And this is your Purkinje or ganglionic cell layer na lang pala. So, ganglionic cell layer or ganglionic because you have your Purkinje cells here. So, the ganglionic layer, ano pa ba? Ayan. So, this is your cerebrum. Okay, so far, kung kailangan tandaan dyan, no? Ano pang kailangan tandaan dyan? Ito, wait. Molecular, granular. Okay. Okay, molecular layer. Okay, that's all about your cerebellum. Next naman yung cerebral cortex. Now, you can appreciate here the different cells and supporting cells. Of course, your main cell here is your neuron. Your main cell, no? Hindi lang kita yung axons and dendrites, but you can appreciate their nucleus and their nucleolus. No? Ano pa? Kailangan dito. Next is your microglial cell. No? Those yung mga spherical structures. Makita, though they are very few, no? The function of microglial cells, they are the phagocytic cells or macrophagic cells for defense. So kapag may infection, your macroglial cell will mobilize to eat the particular bacteria or infection which functions in defense. So we also have your oligodendrocytes. Ito siya. Now this is your oligodendrocytes. No, producing your myelin sheath and functions in your protection of your cell. The protection in the support of your cell, producing your myelin sheath. Ayan. So, this is your cerebral cortex. No? Ano pa? So, this is from the actual microscope wherein you can appreciate the neuron or nerve cell. Ito yung mga nerve cell. Nerve cell. Okay. Iba naman, this is your oligodendrocytes. Oligodendrocytes ito. Nerve cell to, yung neuron to. This is your neuron. Okay. Ano pang kailangan structures? I think yun. Is your cerebral. Next naman sa spinal cord. No? This is your spinal cord specimen. You can appreciate your spinal cord here. No? So, kailangan natin dyan would be the gray matter and your white matter. Okay, this is your gray matter. Okay, nasa labas is your white matter. Dito medyo hagip pa yung ating arachnoid. So this is arachnoid matter. Diba? Yung meninges, yung arachnoid matter, kita pa. Now, pag tinuro dito, anong layer to na nakadikit mismo sa spinal cord, the serpia mater. Yan. Hindi lang kita yung dura dito, no? But itong space na puti na to, in between your arachnoid and your pia mater is your arachnoid space. Baka lang tanongin. Kasi kita, that's your arachnoid space. Of course, yung sa gitna, no, is your central canal. This is where your CSF flows. CSF flows dito ang central canal. This is your central canal. That is continuous with the fourth ventricle. Going to the spinal cord, that's your central canal. Contains your CSF. So which one is a ventral horn and your dorsal horn? Hindi lang makita dito. No? This is your ventral side. This is your ventral horn. The spinal cord, yung sa harapan, is your ventral horn of the spinal cord, whereas yung posterior horn is ito. Posterior horn. So pag tinuro dito, identify pointed region, be specific. So, ventral horn of the spinal cord. Para natin ventral end yung, paano naman yung ventral, tsaka posterior horn. Ay, sorry. Saan ako sa posterior? This is your dorsal horn. So, there's our dorsal horn of the spinal cord. Remember, no, kapag ventral versus the dorsal horn, the ventral side or the anterior side, mas shorter as compared to the ventral side. No, pag ganun siya. No, shorter yung curvature. Yeah, mas maliit. Hindi siya mahaba ang ventral horn as compared to the dorsal horn of the spinal cord. This is your central canal. No? Next, so magnified view. This is your central canal, which houses your cerebrospinal fluid. Tapos ano pa ba? Yan, yung mga neurons, etc. No? Ito, a different slide naman showing the spinal cord. This is your central canal. So this is your gray matter. This is your white matter. Gray matter, this is your white matter. This is your ventral horn. Mas shorter siya on the ventral side compared to the dorsal horn. This is your dorsal horn, no, of the spinal cord. Tapos your central canal. What is important, itong gusto ko emphasize, kaya binyo ko itong central canal is because of the lining of the central canal, no? Itong medyo columnar cells na to, may nucleus, may columnar cells that lines your central canal. This is central canal. Central canal that lines, yung lining ito, tawag dito is ependymal cells. So, ibig sabihin, yung lining ng mga ventricles mo in the central canal of the spinal cord, it's lined by your ependymal cells. It protects your CSF from flowing outside it. Kung saan siya mapunta palabas, no? It protects, no? It nourishes yung cerebrospinal fluid that is produced by choroid plexus in the ventricles. Okay, ito this is your ependymal cell. Pag tinanong what is the content of your central canal, CSF or cerebrospinal fluid. Buuhin nyo na lang cerebrospinal fluid. Next is a sympathetic ganglion specimens. What you can appreciate here are ito, of course, your neuron. This is your neuron, your nerve cells. This is your neuron. Tapos yung mga cells, no? Surrounding them, ito may katakang cells dito. Yan. This is cell, this is a cell, this is another cell that surrounds your neuron. Those are called as your satellite cells. So satellite cells that surrounds your neuron, especially in the sympathetic ganglion, no? But dorsal root ganglion, mga basta ganglion, no? These satellite cells are the one that nourishes your neuron. Naalagay niya, binibigyan ng nutrients, pinapakain niya, sinusubuan niya, ng sabaw, ng gulay, hanggang sa tumaba. Those are satellite cells, no? Satellite kasi nandiyan sa paligid lang, hindi siya iniiwan, nandiyan lang lagi sa paligid. So, yun yung function ng satellite cells. Diba, Mr. Lagman? Walang iwanan hanggang sa dulo ang batch. Okay. Yun yung function ng satellite cells. Okay. So, of course, you have your nucleus of the neuron. Now, we have your nucleolus. Ito, kita-kita yung nucleolus. Yan, that's your ayan. Ito pa. Sympathetic ganglion specimen. This is your neuron. Dali lang, di ba? This is your nucleolus. No? And ito yung mga satellite cells that nourishes the neuron. Okay? Next, sa dorsal root ganglion. So, pag nakita kayo ng ganito, di ba? Dorsal root ganglion, saan na yan? Sensory, what is the first order neuron? Di ba? It's always the dorsal root ganglion. Sensory, no? So, ito na kasing spinal cord. Ito banda. No? So, may kita muna kayong dorsal root ganglion muna. Tapos, pag nakita nyo itong specimen, that's your dorsal root ganglion, the first order neuron. So, pag nakita yung ganglion, ito pa rin makikita nyo. So, have your neurons here, your neurons, no? Hindi lang kata yung satellite cell. Pero ito, pag zoom, this is your satellite cell. Ayun na, satellite cell. Satellite cell, satellite cell, neuron, satellite cell, neuron, nucleolus, nucleolus to, nucleus. Okay? So, yan. And then, nerve trunk. Important sa nerve trunk para siyang muscle. Kung ang muscle, merong epimysium, perimysium, tsaka endomysium, no? Kasi, this is the nerve trunk. So, when you bisect your nerves, no? It's like a fascicle, na if you cut it cross-sectionally, And each individual circles here is a nerve fiber. No? And merong nagpapaikot sa kanila that surrounds them. No? Itong tawag sa structure na to, just like your muscle, this is what they call that surrounds uh, the structures inside. Kasi naman ko yun, epimysium, perimysium, and endomysium. Para di ka malito, sino yung sa mas labas, epi ba o sa peri? Mnemonic epi. Yung endo kasi automatic endomysium yan. No? Yung sa labas is your epimysium, epi. No? So, epimysium, yun yung ito sa labas that surrounds all these structures. That's your epimysium. Epineurium. Mysium. Sana ako sa muscle. This is your epineurium. Kasi yun nga, CNS na tayo. This is your epineurium. Okay? And ito naman yung nasa loob that surrounds the individual nerve fibers. No? Ito may mabilag-bilag itsura niya. Ito nagsusunod na this is what we call as your perimysium. Epineurium. Sorry. Epineurium. That's your epineurium that surrounds. Itong mga individual na maliliit na to that surrounds each nerve fiber is what called as your endo. Madali lang endo kasi sa loob eh. Inside. Endoneurium. Okay? So ano pa? Pag zoom natin, kitang-kita, no, this is your epimysium. Epineurium, sorry. No? Next, ito para merong isa dito na that surrounds the individual nerve fibers. No? This is your perineurium. Kasi itong nagsusunod naman sa individual nerve fiber, this is a nerve fiber. Pero yung structure that surrounds it is what we call as your endoneurium. Okay? This is your nerve tract. Tama ba? Nerve trunk. Okay, specimen. So, importante dito, identify pointed structure that surrounds. Ito, pag tinuro dito, that immediately surrounds endo. Pag ito nakaturo dito, ang sagot dyan is your perineurium. Pag ito, identify pointed layer that surrounds internal structures, tawag dito is your epineurium. Okay? Kalimutan ha. Pag zinom pa natin, pag ito, surrounding structure, ito this individual nerve tract. Identify structure, nerve tract. Pero kung yung structure yung nakasurround sa kanya o nakaturo dun sa membrane niyan, that's your endoneurium. Kasi ito naman, para merong linya dito, nagdi-divide from one fascicle to from nerve fascicle towards the another versus the other. No? Nagsiseparate ba? Dito tinuro yan, tawag dyan is your perineurium. No? Yung naman, yung epineurium, hindi kita dito. Okay, next, last slide. Ito, very important. Nakalimutan ko isama, no? Ang pituitary gland. Ang importante kasi dito, remember pituitary gland during development, iba yung development ng anterior at posterior. Okay? Yung naman, yung sa pituitary gland, we have your anterior and your posterior pituitary gland. Itong red na to, this is your anterior pituitary gland. Itong maputi na to is your posterior pituitary gland. Kaya magkaiba yung kulay, iba yung development niya. No? Yung posterior pituitary gland derives from the nervous system. I think sa neural crest, no? So development, kaya puti siya. Now, whereas our anterior pituitary gland is more on the endocrine function. Yan. Kung talaga sa posterior pituitary gland, no? Ang tawag sa cells sa dyan is your pituicytes. May isa pang term, no? In the anterior posterior pituitary gland, this is your pars distalis. Pars distalis. ito man napakadali kasi nervous eh. This is your pars nervosa. Your posterior pituitary gland is your pars nervosa. Nervosa kasi nervous. Ito wala akong pakialam dito kasi di naman siya kailangan sa nervous system histo. Ito dito tayo may pakialam. Sa pars nervosa or the posterior pituitary gland. Kasi this is made of neurons or mga pituicytes. So this is tama. This is yung pars nervosa, pars intermedia in between, and the pars distalis or the anterior pituitary gland. So this is your posterior pituitary gland or your pars nervosa. Dito tayo. So pag genome, no, you can appreciate. So pag tinuro dito kahit saang cell, ito blood vessel lang to. Pero ito pag tinuro dito sa may nucleus, o kaya dito, tinuro dyan, no? That's what we call as your pituicytes. Okay. So I think that ends my histological review. Okay, I hope you learned something. So when you go to the practical examination part, no, for surely we'll be flashing these slides ko may much better pictures will be showing it, but these are actual pictures that you will see under the microscope. Dinagdag ko lang huli yung pituitary gland, no? Kasi part siya ng nervous system. Pars nervosa part. Okay, so far, wala naman tanong. You took note, no? Okay, sige. So if you have no more question, we can Miss Hernandez again did the closing prayer.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy
Son of
Spirit.
Spirit.